Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs with Grumps and Gramps.
All right. Welcome back to Bat Force Radio. And joining us for this special episode is the People's Batman, Kevin Porter.
The People's Batman. I love that. Thank you so much. I will gladly accept that.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I'm excited. It's a big few weeks. A couple of weeks ago, I had the Watchers premiere, which I'm very excited about. That's the faith-based series on Redeem TV. I shot last year up in Michigan, and then today, Salvage Marines drops. Very excited about that as well. I'm proud of the work. Proud of the work on both of them.
Yes, tonight we're going to discuss your new series, Salvage Marines, opening on, is it Popcorn Flicks?
Popcorn Flicks, streaming app.
Popcorn Flicks. Before we get into that, we wanted to get into just this past weekend with San Diego Comic-Con, and you were there with Aaron and the team from Bat in the Sun.
Oh my goodness, yes.
How was that?
Anytime that I'm with the Bat in the Sun team is a dream. We celebrated probably, I think, our 18th or 19th San Diego Comic-Con together. And the greatest thing with those guys is when we first hung out back in 2003, then 2004, it was just the three of us. And we were walking around. There was no one knew or cared, whatever. And then now, as we've grown, this most recent one was our best convention ever. They had the best turnout at the panel, had a great autograph signing before and then afterwards. And it's just great dealing with people that appreciate the work, appreciate the love. And when you're able to share it with two of your closest friends, Aaron and Sean, it's always a celebration. You do this work and you're proud of it, and you look in the mirror and you go, wow, look at me, I'm Batman, I'm cool. But then when you throw it out there and you get comments, hey, loved your work, you're a great Batman, that's nice as well. But when you're looking in the eyes of someone that really truly appreciates what you do, it's humbling. It really is, that they go through so much effort to show that their appreciation. And that's my favorite thing in the world, is going to conventions and meeting the people that appreciate the work with my closest friends, Aaron and Sean.
Yeah, I saw a video and you guys had a great turnout. Looked like it was like all the way down the hall.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
It was awesome.
I think that we're probably going to start doing the signings after the conventions, because everyone's still there. There's buzz going. It's just, and then you're able to answer questions one-on-one as you're signing the autographs. Everything about that just worked out perfectly.
I want to go to San Diego so bad. Hopefully I'll make it some year. It looks like a great time.
Listen, if you make it out there, you get out there and I will get you a pass. That's a promise from me to you.
Do I have to bring whoopie pies?
Of course.
I mean, that's like a given now, right?
Yeah. Nobody rides for free. Yeah. I think there's a saying out there, whoopie pies, nobody rides for free.
All right. So now let's get into Salvage Marines. Can you tell us a little bit about this project and how it started and what your role and who's involved and what's it about?
Salvage Marines is a project that I was brought into, a little over 3 years ago. And really? It's all that same community. It's what you mentioned, Aaron and Sean. It's the Bat in the Sun, Casper Van Dien, Sean Piccinino, Jenny Van Dien, Ashley. It's such a great community. And we would go to dinners every weekend. We'd have game nights and whatever. And then when I was approached by Casper for this project, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And didn't really know much about it. Then I went out and I got the books by Sean Michael Argo, and they were just incredible. And I'm a big science fiction fan. I'm a big Star Trek fan.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow, and any opportunity to be on a spaceship, to shoot like these little, laser blasters, count me in. And we went into production in late March of 2019. We shot on location in Louisiana for a couple of months. Then we went on hiatus for a couple of months, and then we finished up in London in late 2019. And it's just due to many reasons. It's taken 2.5 years, which I don't think is ridiculously long for a science fiction movie that's special effects heavy.
That's one thing that me as just an audience watcher, I don't grasp the time frame it takes to film these things and the final product. I think, oh, here's a trailer. Wow, they just filmed this like 6 months ago and it's coming out. No, that's not true, is it?
No, it all depends on the project. If it's, let's say, romantic comedy, where you've got a guy and a girl, and you've got the camera running, and it's just about the editing and the scoring and the color correcting, that's fine. But when it comes to special effects,
right,
that will drag it down to a year, 2 years. When something, if it's just literally comedy or a romantic comedy, something like that, they can churn it out in 6 months.
right.
I know Dodgeball, that was less than a year. We wrapped that in, let's say, November of 2003, and then that premiered in June, I believe, of 2014 or 2004. So that was 8 months. No special effects, really.
Yeah. I mean, besides some blood
getting hit by mainly wrenches.
Yeah. If you can dodge a wrench,
you can dodge a ball.
Oh, I still, whenever that's on TV, I will sit down and watch that every time.
It's a fun watch. It's a fun watch. It's funny because I was there. I shot it. I saw it at the premiere, and I thought, well, damn, this is a pretty funny movie. It did well at the box office. It was, it was well over 100 million, which is great because the budget on it wasn't high. And then I kind of forgot about it, and everyone else kind of forgot about it. And then 5 or 6 years later, people FX started running it like crazy.
Yeah.
And then it just caught on like wildfire. And I still didn't see it. And it wasn't until maybe 2 or 3 years ago that I went back and I watched it again. I'm like, it's still a damn funny movie. It really is. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my association, and I'm proud of all the people that I'm still very good friends with. And all of the Purple Cobras, we get together, let's say once a year. We try to do it once or twice a year.
Right.
I'm doing an appearance with Chris Williams, who played Dwight. In October. I'm excited to see him. Last time I saw him, I think it was on the Sony lot a couple of years ago. So when you're a part of something that is iconic and that is culturally significant, that ties you together for the rest of your life, there's that bond there that only Brandon and Rusty and Jamal and Missy and even Ben will know what it's like to be a Purple Cobra. That's it. And the Purple Cobras they're known, they're iconic.
Oh yeah,
which is great.
If I were you, I'd still be wearing my Purple Cobra outfit every day, just walking down the street. Everybody,
would you really?
I would.
Carrying around his custom figure.
I would every day.
I've got a custom figure.
I know. I made it for you.
Oh,
that's why I threw that out there.
Okay. I need a couple of fixes with that. My little thing on the shoulder broke off.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Send it back. I'll fix it.
I'll glue it back on.
They'll make them like they used to.
I used to take that little thing everywhere. I would take it to the gym, and I would take pictures. I'd say, little laser on the bike, little laser on the bench press, little laser watching football.
And Brandon has one too.
Yes, he does. He doesn't. I don't know. Pump it up like I do. Brandon's low key. He's pretty low key. Me, I'm just like, woo, little laser. I'm gonna break that thing out. I'm gonna break a little laser out.
Just so everyone is clear, little laser is a figure. Little laser is not anything else that's being broken out here.
What kind of listeners do you have on this? What are you gonna
you would
think?
be
What do you
surprised.
think?
The type that watch Casting Couch.
My fans would know that we're not talking about anything that is sordid. That we're talking about laser as a little guy, a little action figure.
Yeah, but
Thank
they
you
know
so much
us,
for that.
and they know the roads we can have to. Our brand.
I don't want to go down that road.
No, you don't.
Man, that action figure, man.
All right.
Wow, that was in a place of prominence for the longest time. If people walk in and they'd say, "Wow, look at!" I said, "Yeah, I got my own action figure."
Well,
yeah,
that makes me feel proud.
You should be.
All right, so back to Salvage Marines. What is the premise? What's going on here?
Okay, basically, it's about takes place in the future, and it's about it is a bit of a political, social commentary, but this community, this world, to where debt is passed down, debt is inherited. Here, wealth is inherited. In the future, in this world, debt is inherited. So you're born, and then suddenly you're $282,000 in debt, and so you have to work the rest of your life to pay off that because you don't want to pass that down to your children. And so Sam Heist, which is Casper Van Dien's character, had this opportunity to join the Salvage Marines to pay down that debt. And the Salvage Marines basically is this group of soldiers, and they go around and they reap, let's say, resources from old spaceships that have been destroyed, or planets, or what have you. And similar to how they would go and take uranium, plutonium, dilithium crystals, just whatever it takes to power a spaceship. And that's pretty much the premise and the adventures that Sam Heist goes through. My character's name is Boss Win Marsters, and I'm the head of the Salvage Marines. So I'm the drill instructor. I'm their boss, and I'm big and I'm loud and I yell, blah, blah, blah. It's a great character, but also throughout the season, you see him soften up and start to care about his soldiers.
Very cool. Very cool.
And you mentioned Casper Van Dien in it, from Starship Troopers, but you've also got Nobu from Daredevil.
Peter Shinkota. Very, very good friend of mine. Super guy. He was hanging out with him down in San Diego.
Oh, gosh, I'd like to meet him.
Oh, he's great. He's everything that you would think he is. And first time that I ever met Peter, we were shooting in this small studio outside of Baton Rouge in Louisiana. And I pull up, it's this gravel parking lot, and I get out of my car, and Peter walks up, and I stand up, and he looks up. He's not a short man by any stretch, but he looked up, and he goes, "Hey, what do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a member of the cast." And he goes, "Which one?" And I said, "Well, I'm Boss Marsters." He's like, "Yes, I was hoping that was you. You're perfect." And that was my introduction to Peter Shinkota. And I just gave him a hug. I just thought that was just the sweetest thing to say. And because when you read a script, you have in your mind's eye how you think the character, would look. And sometimes you'll go on set and you'll go, "Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think he'd look like that." But when all things come together and in their imagination, they have someone that looks like me, you're like, "Oh, okay, great." Sometimes they cast off type, but in my case, for the most part, they cast what you would think, was just a really big, loud drill sergeant character.
And you and Peter have this kind of cool connection career-wise, where like he was in the Netflix Daredevil, and you were in the Ben Affleck.
We both have ties to Daredevil. Daredevil was an interesting opportunity, and you just take everything that comes your way, and you never know what's going to come from it. And I'm so happy that I said yes to Daredevil, because it was basically a small featured part initially. And the more we worked, the more I kept coming back, and the more they're saying, "Okay, well, we want Kevin. And then, damn, I'm all over the movie, which is great. And nobody holds an umbrella like me.
But I love hearing things like that, because you know someone does a good job when you hear, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts that are run for TV shows. Like, I watch Better Call Saul every week, and then
Big fan. Big fan.
and then all of the producers of the show, like Vince Gilligan and everything, they do a podcast after every episode of the show. The next day, a new episode of the podcast comes out where they talk about that making that episode, and you hear the same stories there, where, like, this character was originally, we thought we were going to have them, in a couple episodes in season 1, but then because they did such a good job, they kept bringing them back in, made them a bigger character. And that's that same thing, that they liked you on set and kept bringing you back for more.
Yeah, this is early in my career, and I was, as I still am, just humbled by the process and very hungry to learn. And that's, I taught a class up until 2020, and I would always say, any day on set is a good day. Be there, be the ultimate soldier, and be ready when called upon. But when not called upon, it's very important for you to be relatively invisible until they call, until they say, okay, Kev, and then you're on it. And so if you're a joy on set, if you're directable, if you know exactly what they're looking for, if you're paying attention, that'll get a director's attention quickly, and because they know that you're easy to work with and you will do what he asks of you. And that's what happened there. And it just ended up just being, again, a great experience. The people that I worked with, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, Michael Clark Duncan, it just goes on and on. And I had good, solid scenes with them. Had a nice little physical confrontation with Ben and Jen, which was great. That was right outside of the limo. Just, I don't know. And what's funny is, when I shot it, I had so much fun shooting it. Again, I saw it at the premiere. And then, as with the industry, you just got to move on, and you start focusing on other projects. And I didn't really think about it. And it wasn't until the series came out when people really started kind of crapping all over the movie, saying, "Oh, the movie was terrible." I'm like, "What are you talking about? The movie was great." I loved it. I loved it. I haven't seen it since, gosh, I think that came out in 2003, 2004. I haven't seen it since then, but I remember seeing it going, "Oh, this is great." And I thought Affleck did great. It was a fun movie. And it was an early Marvel. I think that was a Sony Fox. Yeah, it was fun, and another good opportunity to just do what you love in a venue that is seen by others, and that will bounce around in perpetuity forever.
Yeah,
my grandkids will go, "Hey, Granddaddy, is that you over there holding that umbrella?" "Oh, yeah, son, that's Grandpa holding the umbrella."
We've got some photos from Salvage Marines. Can you give us a little background insight, like this scene right here?
Oh, wow, look at that. Yes. That right there, that's myself. That's Elle, and that's Gianni. And we're in a briefing room, and what we do is basically, I go up, and Elle is also a boss as well. And we say, "Okay, Reapers, this is our mission. We're going to go in here. We're going to take this out. And we're going to demolish this. And we're going to take that." And that's basically what we're doing. We're briefing the rest of the Salvage Marines, and that's like a 3D model that is just turning and floating around right there. And there's Gianni, who's Scottish. Yeah. And Elle's great. She plays Boss Taggart.
Look at this guy.
Ooh.
Look at that guy, huh? Look how mean I look.
So angry.
Yeah, that's me brooding. That's one of the weapons that I have in my arsenal. It's called the brooding look. little emo. Looks like I got a little blood on my face. I can't remember exactly what's going on there, but my hair is rocking. I'm digging the hair, digging the look I got going on.
Yeah.
A little blood on the face.
And your experience in brooding came into play here.
I will tell you this: I can teach brooding. I could teach a week-long class on brooding.
I think you
and that's me.
Find your motivation and, like, Gramps is not going to bring whoopie pies to the set today.
Time to look angry.
I need some whoopie pies.
All right.
What's funny? Oh, look at that!
Look at this guy.
That's me all decked out.
Now,
That's
was a lot of this filmed against green screen?
No, it wasn't.
No.
That was a photo shoot for the poster.
Okay.
And I would say it's probably 75%, maybe 85% practical.
Okay.
And then there's certain things, the space scenes, and also there like these scenes where I'm fighting this big bone worm and I'm just shooting the crap out of it. And it's against this huge, gigantic green screen that's like 3 stories high. And I have no idea what a bone worm is. I've never seen a bone worm. I don't know what one looks like. They're just like, fire to the right, to the left, to the lower. I'm like, all right, let's hope. I hope it shows. I still haven't seen the finished product of the bone worm. We're going to see it all together. I'm guessing it's a big skeletal worm. I like it has like an exoskeleton on it.
Yeah. So when they film that, I mean, do they give you a practical target to aim at, or they just say up there to the left?
A tennis ball on a stick.
Okay, they did that twice. Brother, they did exactly what I just said. Yeah. Okay, higher to the left. Okay, down to the right. Okay, now diagonally. Okay, perfect. Down, up, left. That's one way.
Wow.
The scene that I think that you guys have is the scene that I have with the great Armand Assante, and it's with Casper, Armand Assante, Gianni, and Sierra Foster, and I'm hammering Armand Assante. And if you guys are familiar with Armand, he was in Demolition Man or Judge Dredd? Judge Dredd. What was he in?
It was one of the things.
He played John Gotti.
He played John Gotti. He was in the Odyssey. He was in the Odyssey. He was in Mambo Kings. He's incredible. A legend. This is my second film with him. And so we shot his stuff. And basically I'm there for his eye line, and I'm feeding him his lines, and I'm going at it. It's just such a great scene. And I'm just not backing down, and I'm standing up to basically the president of this nation. And I was like, wow, I was so honored to. And he comes up and he's like, Kevin, that was incredible. And to hear that from Armand meant everything to me. The last movie that I'd done with him, we had no scenes. We had no lines together. We had scenes together, but I was able to just watch his brilliance. I was able to watch his process. And then so we go to lunch, and then it's time for my close-ups. Woo, super excited about that. They turn around, they flip the world, they turn the camera on me. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, where's Armand? And they said, Armand is that little green piece of tape on the C-stand. And I'm like, what? And said, yeah, this is your eye line. That's Armand right there. And I'm like, I don't get to do that with Armand.
Damn.
But guys, I'll tell you what helped tremendously is basically my sense memory of what I had just gone through an hour earlier. Mm-hmm. And so when I watch it now, it's seamless because I'm still seething, because I was livid when I was doing the scene with him. I was so into it, and it was so intense. And I was ready just to get up and just wail on him because what he had done to my people. And I was able to bring that forth, and I was and handle it effortlessly with a small little green piece of neon tape to a tall little tripod.
Little green Armand Assante.
Oh yeah, yes. So to answer your question, it was 2 ways. They'll say, all right, to the left, to the right, up, down, circles. All right. And then the other way, they've got a little tennis ball and they're hanging. They say, okay, you're talking to the tennis ball.
Well, we have that. We have that clip. Do you want to watch it right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let me. What that is this is a union negotiation with the head of this nation, and this company, they've tried to unionize before, They've always been annihilated. It's like genocide. And so now I've got all of the soldiers behind me, and I was born into this family of soldiers. And so my voice carries a lot of weight. So that's why they brought me into the negotiations.
Okay, here we are. Kevin Porter and Armand Assant.
Our labor is all that we have to offer the grotto, and we are very proud of what we do. However, the grotto will compensate us for that loyalty. They will earn it. And not through some assumed institutional obligation or toll. We fight and we work, and if we refuse, they kill us. Well, that's fine, because if we die, we will take all of grotto down with us.
Boom.
There it is. Boom.
Damn, I love that scene, guys. Thank you for showing that. I love that scene. And it was strong. It really was. And the strongest one, my strongest performance, no one will ever see because the camera wasn't on me.
Wow.
But basically saying, we will do things on my terms, no longer on your terms. I'm not going to live by your charity any longer. We're taking that power back. And I was able to feel that. I get goosebumps right now because I'm just impassioned with it. And to me, I hope that it comes across in that performance because it's just badass. It's a badass moment with badass actors. I got Sierra, I got Casper, I got Gianni, I got Armand. Life couldn't get any better. It's one of my favorite moments that I've done in my career so far.
All right. And that is streaming now on popcornflix.com. That's popcorn, FLIX.com. It's a free streaming service. I'm assuming that you can download the application on like your smart TV or your phone.
Yeah, I have it on my TV and I have it on my phone as well.
And for anyone who is not located in the US, like I was not and is not able to get on there, it is coming to another platform very soon, yes?
Yes, it's coming to Crackle next week. And Crackle's a bit larger. Both of these are owned by Chicken Soup for the Soul, which they're so supportive of this show. They're big believers in the show. And, anytime that you put so much work into this and you sacrifice so much, and it's time away from your family and you're in the backwoods of Louisiana and you're sweating and you're like, you're not doing, it's a job. Of course it's a job, but you're also doing it because you're trying to do something great. You're trying to make art that people will see. And there's always that fear and that risk that you're going to do something and it just lays there and no one sees it. And so to have the people from Crackle and Popcorn Flix believe in this show and put it out there means the world to me. And they're very excited about it. They're already talking about season 2, depending upon the success of this, but they really love it. And they love the cast and they love how passionate we all are about this series.
How many episodes?
6 episodes right now.
6. Cool.
Mm-hmm. And they're full hour episodes.
Oh wow. That's good.
That's a nice long time to tell a story. It's they're not cramming this all into like a 2-hour movie. Yeah, it's nice when a story gets some time to breathe like that.
Yeah, and what's funny is Elle Lamont, who plays Taggart, I text her, I'm like, oh my gosh, you did so good. And she goes, oh, I haven't seen it. She goes, I'm watching it tonight with my husband. How is it? And it was one of those. And I said, it's great. Honestly, it's great because the performances are great. It's great because the interpretation of the characters are great and it's written well. And so you care about the people. You care about the people, and then the audience will follow you everywhere. But you have to care, and it's all in the small moments. It's all in the conversation. It's in the dialogue. This stuff right here, none of that works if you don't care what the stakes are. And the stakes are always life, love, happiness, danger, because you care about the people.
Kevin, obviously we love you as Batman, but I love seeing you expand your horizon and going on to greater success and doing all these other cool things like the Watchers and Salvage Marines and everything else, I'm really excited to see more of what you're doing besides just Batman. I like seeing more.
I appreciate that. The Bat in the Sun guys, you've heard of Legend of the White Dragon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that should be out in March. We shot that last year, and that's me without the mask. And I played this great character called Lighthouse, and I'm a police officer. And again, it's a tough character, but I've got heart in it, and they allow me to show dimensions on that. I've got another film coming out August 5th, and that is directed by Justin Lee. It's called The Most Dangerous Game. It's a remake from the 30s or 40s film. And it's got, it's got Bruce Dern in it. It's got Tom Berenger in it. It's got Judd Nelson in it. Casper Van Dien, of course. And I play the character Ivan, who's like this big killer enforcer. I always play the mean guys. And it's I can't wait to see it. It comes out next week in the theaters. And I'm going, and I'm just going to watch and say, how blessed am I? I'm super, super fortunate. And, with all the things that are coming out right now, that means so much to me. And then Dying is Easy too. We're going into production on that beginning of the year. We're starting a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo on that in November. And the rewards are crazy, but the scope is just incredible on this. And they showed the teaser at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. They're not going to release it online probably until like October. It's just incredible. And Doug Jones is coming back.
Nice.
Amy Johnson's coming back. It's going to be better. Everyone that we do is the best we've ever done. So everyone that we do, I always say, this is the one to go out on. I have
one question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the schedule? So I need to be prepared and in scene ready so I can come be.
Do you want to be in it?
I want to be in it, and here's what I want, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
I want to get punched by Batman.
Honestly, I'll do that for nothing.
I'm watching that.
I would have done that in the hallway.
Oh,
man. At MegaCon. Or
we should have got that on video.
Fan Expo. Boom.
Punch you up, knock you out, and take your whoopie pie or whatever.
I will make you this promise. If you can make it to Los Angeles when we shoot, I can promise you will get in the film.
Cool. Give me my schedule now. I'll start ramping up my workout.
Well, I doubt if. Okay. Well, you'll probably. I can't promise you what you'll be doing.
Oh.
He's like, I'm going to work out now. I'm going to play Superman. Well, we don't know yet.
No, I'll be holding the umbrella.
Did you just belittle my performance?
That's how I heard it.
Anyway, we got Salvage Marines streaming now on Popcorn Flix.
And
check it out.
And for everyone that is a fan of you from the Bat in the Sun stuff, I peeped in the cast list for Salvage Marines. I see Aaron in there.
Oh, absolutely. It's a family. And having him on set, when he came to shoot, we stayed together. It was a dream come true being on location with Aaron. Aaron's my brother, and I love him dearly. And so any opportunity that I have, and it was fun shooting with him and him not having to worry about directing or producing. And I'd never seen him so relaxed, and it was a blast. We'd go to Waffle House, and it was just great. It was great. And so ready to do that all over again.
Very cool. Well, thank you for your time. And everyone, go to Popcorn Flix. Watch Salvage Marines with Kevin Porter.
Absolutely. And be ready for the Indiegogo for Dying is Easy 2, which will be your premiere as a principal actor in the Bat in the Sun.
Umbrella
universe.
holder number 2 gets punched in the face.
Damn, guys, leave me alone with the umbrella. I was great at it. You think that's easy? It was a rain machine. And then I had product in my hair, and then the rain was washing the product in my eyes, and was stinging.
Man.
It's a tough gig being a rock and roll star out here. Tough. Guys, thank you so much for having me. I'm gonna go and meet my castmates, and we're having chili tonight for a little screening.
All right, man. Take care.
All right,
Enjoy that.
You.
Okay, buddy. Thank you guys so much.
Good night.
Later.